and welcome. I was going to quickly do my makeup to film my beauties empties video and also an unboxing for some things that I've purchased from Space NK, but then I figured I could just film it and do a very quick get ready with me. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you would like to see more of, because I could just film when I get ready some mornings. Especially during the weekends when I have time. So before I get started on the makeup itself, I'm going to just prep my skin. So at the moment I just have my morning skincare, and I put on some lip butter balm, the Summer Fridays one. I don't have that one to show you now because it's in my husband's office. I keep that in there, and I was sitting with him just now. I put some on my lips, and I'm not going to put anything else on because it's quite nourishing on the lips. But I'm going to go in with the Danessa Myricks Moisture Repair Balm Serum. I love to use this just to prep my skin before makeup, and because I have skincare that I put on not too long ago, I'm just going to use a brush to put this on because it gives you just a lighter coverage of this balm. So I'm just going to go straight in with this with the brush, and I'm just going to brush this all over my face. And this preps my skin very nicely for makeup because I have dry skin, and I feel like if you watch my videos, most of the time you're going to hear me saying I have dry skin, but you know, if you have dry skin, you understand. You always need to add stuff to make your skin more plump and looking like it's alive. So this does that. This preps my skin nicely, and you can see since I've put it on, it gives me a nice natural glow. And the brush that I'm using for this is the My 8, which is the Danessa Myricks and MyKitCo My 8. And before I get to the makeup as well, I'm just going to put on some invisible bandage. I have a pimple that came up here, and this is the Violette Rèphr invisible bandage. It's basically like a protection slash primer that you can put on your skin before makeup, that you can put on blemishes or pimples or something, that covers it a little bit and protects your skin, and it also gives you a nice sort of even application of makeup over such things, because usually if you put makeup on, it looks dry and crusty, but this makes a nice barrier over something before you put your makeup on. And basically it has this on off, you kind of just turn it and you squeeze a little bit out. So I have squeezed just a bit out there, and then I'm just gonna turn it off so that, you know, nothing more comes out. And I'm just gonna take this and put this around and wait for that to dry. I love this product. I had a pimple that came up here. I'll just use whatever's extra in there. It's fine now, but you know, I get pimples like towards the beginning of my cycle, that kind of thing. It's hormonal. But you know, ever since I've been using this, it helps it go down quicker, I feel, and it gives you a nice layer to sort of cover it under your makeup. So I really like this, and since it's closed, I usually just run this under the tap and wipe it dry, and then and then close it. So I'm going to leave this open and I'll wash it in a bit. I'm just going to wait a few seconds for this to dry. So I'll start off using makeup. I'll start applying on this side of my face. So for today, I kind of went into my drawers and picked up some makeup that's older, that I haven't used in a while, just because I wanted to pull some out and use some older makeup that I have in there. And there's one or two products that are new. Actually, I think just one, maybe. I think there's just one product that's new. But anyway, this new and mostly old products that I picked out. And the foundation that I picked out is the Hourglass Soft Glow Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I love this foundation. When the Guerlain one came out, I was using that more, and I kind of forgot about this one. So I've pulled this one out again. I remember really enjoying this foundation, so I'm going to take a pump and I'm going to use my one, which is the Miami base. So it's this really nice triangular large brush, and I'm just going to apply the foundation on this side. I can see that's a little bit yellowish for me now. I can't remember if that's how it always was, because I haven't used this foundation, I would say, at least more than 6 months ago, so it's been a while. But it applies so nicely. Look at that. Just going to take a little bit more under the eye. Look at that. Beautiful coverage. Okay. For a second, I thought I wasn't recording, but I see the red up there. So I am recording. I'm just blind. And so I thought it wasn't. I probably should get contacts again sometime. The reason why I don't, or I haven't even bothered to get contacts again, is because my eyes are light sensitive, and the glasses that I have at the moment have filters that have really been helping my eyes. So I haven't had migraines in a while. Don't want to say it too loudly. Please don't give me a migraine again. But yeah, that's why I don't really want to do contacts, because my glasses have been helping a lot. And I feel like using contacts is just not going to do anything, especially outside. Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't been feeling trying contacts again. But here's the finish of the foundation. You can see why I used to love this foundation. It's gorgeous. Actually, I have used this foundation without ever setting it, and with the finish that it gives me right now, I feel like I don't want to set it. So I really like this foundation. I'm glad that I took it out of the drawer again. It's stunning. And I feel like I don't even want to put any concealer on. That's how I feel after eye makeup. I had taken out my Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade 4N Medium Deep Neutral. This is a shade lighter for me. So I usually, well, I used to use this under my eyes just for brightening. But I'll show you here how it looks on my skin. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that now, because I definitely need to set this one. And I kind of like what I have going on. So I'm gonna go with what I have at the moment, and then I'll see how I feel later on if I'm gonna add concealer. I pulled out my Natasha Denona Yucca palette. This was released last year, I think end of summer, early fall. And yeah, I think it was summer last year actually. I think it was before fall. But this kind of felt more like a fall palette to me. And here is what she looks like. Beautiful palette. I used it quite a bit last year. You can see that I really used it quite a bit. I thought I'd get it out again because you can get quite nice neutral matte looks with this, but there's also some shimmers in there if you want to go a bit extra. So yeah, I wanna play with this one again. I'm gonna take the My Yummy Blender Large, so that's the My 31, and I want to go in with Valley because Valley is it's my natural shade. So this is Valley, and if you see this on there, it's my exact shade. I'm just going to put this all over my eye as a base, and you'll see now why I like Valley to start with. It does a very good job of just evening out my eyelid and creating a nice powdery base for all the other shadows. And then I'm going to go in with Flex. I'm going to use the same brush, and Flex is this deeper shade, just to create just a bit of smoke. I'm going to use this brush, the same brush, because it's a little bit bigger. So I will get maybe a softer smoke. I don't want to define it too much. And I'm just going to use it on the outside of my eye, just up there. You can kind of see it if you see the other eye next to it. And I'll try and do the same on the other side. I say try because it's never exactly the same, but we try. I think I want to go in with this chartreuse color. It is chartreuse, I think. Look at that. I want to play. So this is called Camu Camu, and it's a beautiful green. It's like a tennis ball green shade, which I think you call chartreuse. And I'm just going in this inner corner here. I'll see where I go with this. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I like the shade. This brush is so nice. So this is a My 29. My Yummy blend is small and it's perfect for this corner. Look at that. And I need to do this side. It's always harder to do the opposite side of your dominant hand. But we try. I love this color, it's so playful. I feel like it's brightened up and added some playfulness to my look, which I wasn't expecting, but here we are. Then, because I'm going with the colors, I want to go into Willow, which is this teal. I feel like I'm ready for the teal. So, My Yummy Blender Medium, which is my 30. And yeah, Willow. So I'm going to go into Willow, which is the shade. I'm going to pat some color on there, like that. And I'm going to place it just there on the outer lid. Oh, it's such a beautiful color. Okay. I love that. I'm just going to take the same brush and I'm just going to blend these two together. I want to, I don't know, let me swatch them on my hand. So the first one is Musia, which is that one. Then there's Komorebi. So that next one is Komorebi. And then there's Plantasia. Plantasia has an orange shift to it. And Komorebi is similar but without that shift. So I'm going to go in with Komorebi. That's how you say it properly, and it's the shade here. And I'm going to just very lightly add this over, like a sheer topper. I'm gonna try. Yeah, something like that. That's kind of what I was going for. So you can still see that teal underneath. And on this side as well. I think my dog wants to come in. Let me open for her. I'll be right back. Come on. In we go. Hello, my girl. Here she is. She wants to sit with me now. Okay. Metallic shade. I'm going to use the Targeted Fluff Mini and just add ray just there. Okay, I like that. I'm going to use the Blender Mini. This is my 28. And go back in with Flex, which is this brown shade, which is the brown shade that I used for the smoke. And I'm just going to add some depth to the bottom, like that. And the same on this side. I can see why I used this palette so much last year. It's because it's such a fun palette. And the colors are really, they look very similar, but they're easy to use, and they work quite nicely together. This palette has a very nice color story, I would say. I'm gonna go in with Acacia, which is this, it's just next to Camu Camu, but it's a bit more sort of like a mustardy color, I would say. I'm just gonna put that in the middle. Well, this isn't the middle, it's the bottom inner, but in between I don't want to go over ray, so just between flex and ray. Okay, that's it for the Yucca palette, and I'm gonna go in with some liner. But before I do that, I want to do my brows because I always forget to do my brows. I'm gonna go in with my Clarins eyebrow pencil. This is one of the first eyebrow pencils I've ever used and it was this brand, and I've bought this over and over again. So I've always liked this one. It's easy to use. The color, it doesn't like pack on too much color. So you can see it, it's not scary to use. It's not like a ton of pigment comes over to your brows. So you can really fill your brows, but it's easy to not overdo it. Like there, if I go too crazy, it's not the end of the world. And then the other side has a spoolie, and I usually just brush it afterwards because that kind of like brushes the product in as well, and it gives it a nice finish. This is the most that I do with my brows. I'm just going to clean this up there. Okay, that's the most that I ever do. And the Clarins eye pencil, you can't really tell the name because I've used it a lot. There we go. And I'm gonna just very thin line. I like this pencil because it's easy to create a thin line, but it also packs on color nicely. And the other end of this, there's a brush as well, so you can smudge. You can create a smudge look if you want, or you can just use it just like that. I'm gonna do the same on this side. There we go. And for mascara, I pulled out this Queen Musia 2053 mascara. This was gifted to me by Queen Musia. I do like the mascara. At the moment, my favorite one is the Lisa Eldridge, but I do like this one. I just need to curl my lashes before using this one because it does not immediately lift it. But I like the mascara because it gives me a really nice natural fanned out eyelash, but it doesn't lift. So I use an eyelash curler to lift. This one I got from Rèphr. So this I didn't buy, but when I bought Rèphr brushes, this came as a gift with purchase, and I love this. They also gave me a few of these rubbers. I wash this in between use, but I think over time they do wear down, and then you just change the rubber. But I really like this eyelash curler. And then I'm going to go in with this mascara. This is the kind of mascara I like. I like it to be natural looking. I don't like it to like clump, or I don't like the product to be, you know, sometimes you get products clumping along each lash and you kind of see it, and that does thicken the lashes a bit, but I'm not a fan of that. I prefer this more cleaner look that's more natural. So I guess that's why the Lisa Eldridge one is my favorite at the moment, because it looks like this, but I don't need to use an eyelash curler with it. I just use it and as on its own, and it lifts as well. If I didn't use the eyelash curler with this one, it wouldn't give me this lift. I also never really put more than one coat of mascara on. I know people tend to say at least 3 coats, but I don't have time for that. I really like this mascara. Like I said, if I use an eyelash curler, it lifts my lashes up, and then I have perfect lashes with this mascara. I'm going to very quickly just do the bottom. Just gonna add just a touch. Like that. Very quick. My lips, so this is an old favorite of mine. This is Rèphr, and this is the Petal Bouche lipstick, and this is in the shade Cœur Infidéle. And I'm going to wipe the excess off because I'm going to go in, I'm going to do the layer technique that Violette does. So she basically adds 4 layers of this, and because I'm doing that, I'm going to do it in very thin layers. So that's the first layer. I'm gonna add very thin layers, but while that dries, and actually it feels quite dry, but I'm just gonna do my blush. I brought out my Givenchy Prisme Libre, what is this? Prisme Libre blush, and this is in the shade 5 Popoli Violin. I'm trying to say it right, but I don't know. Shade 5. And so I've washed this puff. So I'm just gonna get some product on there, but this is too much. I don't want to use this much blush, so I'm going to just pat this on the back of my hand and mix it together, and then I'm gonna put it on very lightly. I brought this one out because it's a very nice pink, and I thought it would go with my lips because I took out Violet Infidéle. So that's why I brought this blush out, and I think it works quite nicely. I prefer like a flush of color on my cheeks, but I don't put a lot. I put so little that sometimes you barely even notice it. But you'll notice it in person, because when you look at me, you'll see there's like a hint of color, like a flush, but not so much that it sometimes doesn't even pick up on camera that I'm wearing any. That's how I like to use my blush. So there we go. I like that. Before I go in with the next product, I'm going to go in with one more coat of Cœur Infidéle. You might hear some cows mooing. I'm rural, so I'm surrounded by beautiful cows and sheep and horses. This is my literal heaven, but you might hear them mooing because I can hear them mooing. I hope it's happy moos. This is layer number 2. Then for my next product, I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Lowlighter. So this is the new product, and this is in the shade Incognito. So this is the My 12 My Yummy Airbrush Multi. It's a really nice, fluffy, tapered brush. I think it'll work nicely for highlighter. So I'm gonna just go in with Incognito. This is the My Yummy. It's part of the blurring balm family. So I think it will work nicely on top of everything that I currently have. Oh, okay, it's pretty. This is a perfect match for my skin. Look at that. Now I know it's called Incognito. Bring it up there. It's beautiful. And then let's do this side. I like this powder, blurring balm powder. This shade is perfect for an everyday highlighter glow because look, it's like my natural color, but you do see that light hit. I like this a lot more than Unbothered. Unbothered is a pinky one, so it's a little bit more for fun days, but for like everyday, I like this one. Cœur Infidéle. one of my favorite go-to pink colors. If you don't like pink, this color is just on another level of pink. I also brought out my Victoria Beckham matte bronzing brick, but I'm not going to use that today. This is what I'm talking about. So this is bronzer and contour, but I like where my makeup is at the moment, so I'm going to stick with where I am at the moment. I'm just going to go in with one more layer of the Cœur Infidéle. And I love this 4-layer technique, so I go in with 4 really thin layers of this product. So I'll show it to you again. It is the Violet Rèphr Petal Bouche, and I've noticed that when I've done this, it lasts the whole day. I found out about this 4-layer Petal Bouche technique in one of Violet's newsletters, and I decided to try it out, and I love it. So if you have Petal Bouche, try it out. Put on 4 layers. At first I was like, really, do I need 4 layers? But I tried it because I was curious. It's 4 thin layers and it lasts me the whole day. And I think this is my makeup look for today. I'm going to stop there. Let me just show you the finished look up close. And this is the finished look, a little bit further away. So you will be seeing this look in my next 2 videos that's coming up. I have an unboxing because I bought some products at Space NK, and I also have my May beauty empties to film. But thank you for watching my Get Ready With Me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you prefer content like this where I film while I do my full face of makeup. And if you do like it, I will do this more often. Let me know in the comments if you have tried any of these products or are interested in any of these products. I hope that you enjoyed watching this Get Ready With Me, and don't forget to check out my next 2 videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.